Hello everybody, this is doubletman with another under 15-minute video. This is on the 2024 QB class. It has a rankings and a QB only mini mock at the end. I'm only talking about the top 6 quarterbacks because these are guys that I think should go in the first round. And I look at quarterbacks as a binary choice. If you need one, yes or no. If you do need one, is one available when you draft, when it's your pick? If the answer is yes, you take one. Yes to both questions, you take one. Now, there's an exception to everything, and we may get into that a little bit later. But generally, that's what the rule is. I don't compare them. You can't compare quarterbacks to other positions. It just would never work. The quarterbacks have a higher bust potential than other positions because they can fail for so many different reasons. Whereas this big hulking offensive line with big strong arms, he may not be a stud, but he's still going to start and get you time. Quarterbacks, they're either like going to be great or they're going to be horrible. There's very few in between kind of things, especially when you're talking about first round talents. A lot of busts in the first round. All 6 of these quarterbacks have a strong arm. All 6 of them are athletic and mobile. So if I don't say it, just assume it. For all 6, they have that. Any one of the 6 can be great. Any one of the 6 can be a bust. 2 of them I expect to be great. 2 of them I expect to be a bust. And that's kind of how I went looking at this. Who's going to be great and who's going to be the bust and who are the guys kind of in between? And that's kind of how I divided this class up. It could be a historic class. It could easily be number 2 or 3 on the list. I'm not going to go through this. If you want to, you can pause and look at this. But these are the top 3 classes of all time, and I definitely think they could make it to number 3, possibly even number 2. I have all 6 of these guys close. The only one thing that's clear is Caleb Williams is number 1, but not by that much. In fact, I even thought about switching him out, but I ended up not doing it at the end with my number 2 guy. But even then, everybody's stacked. Boom, boom, boom. There's not much of a difference. All of them can be great. All of them can be a bust. First comes Caleb Williams, clearly the number 1 talent quarterback at this class. I mean, really. Kind of obvious in a way. What's happening here? Okay. Something happened there. What happened? Oh, this. Okay. Sure that was riveting. But anyways, Caleb Williams, great talent, not generational talent because he has too high of a bust potential. 6'1", so that kind of makes him not really a surefire bet. But he's still the best one in this class, and this is a good class, so that's saying something. Consensus number 1 pick, has been for a long time. Great scrambler, throws from any angle, throws with power from any angle, makes big plays. 2022 Heisman Trophy, low interceptions. Look at that, only 5 interceptions, passing percentage of 68.6. He has played 3 seasons, and that's important to me. I think you have to be a starter for 3 years. Well, you don't have to be, but it really helps. So that's a good thing for him. I do have him number 1. Number 2 is Michael Penix Jr., and the main reason is because I don't know what the doctors are saying. He has this medical concern because his first 4 years he went out through the injury. He's been healthy the last 2. Doctors aren't telling me that I should be worried about it. So because of that, I'm not going to. I'm going to keep him here. If you're a team and your doctor says worry about it, the doctor says there's this issue, hey, he's going to drop down, maybe even off your board. I don't know. They haven't told me. He's played 6 seasons, and he's been great every season. And that as a consistency. And you hear everybody talk about it. Every expert that talks about, oh, he played great. Yeah, he's fantastic. It's the injuries. He's fantastic. It's the injuries. Well, what do you know about the injuries? I don't know. Unless they know something. I don't know. He has great hand size, which in this class is kind of important because not all of them have a great hand size. He does. I think he has the number 1 hand size in this class. Could be number 1 or number 2. It's either him or Bo Nix. He has the best arm in this out of top 6. There's a guy later on that may have a stronger arm, but he has a stronger arm out of top 6. Great hand size, lots of experience, lots of throws. He's a lefty, which is a little bit of an advantage in every game, which means it's a big advantage over the lifetime of a career. He has low sacks, 11 sacks out of 15 games. That's pretty good for the last one. 32 sacks over, it's less than a sack a game, whatever. His concerns, the concerns that most people have, are injuries. He did have those 4 season-ending injuries to start his career. and no matter what the doctors say, you can't take that away from him. And his interceptions were a bit too high. He still had an over 3-to-1 ratio between touchdown to interception, and that's what I like to see: touchdowns to interception, 3-to-1 ratio. He's still over that, but just interceptions just a little touch high. Probably the biggest on the field thing is he doesn't like to go over the middle. It seemed hesitant. It could be a team thing, but I'm thinking it's probably a player thing, and that's something that's going to have to be coached out of him. I think he can do better at that. I think he can be taught that. We'll see. I could be wrong. Bo Nix. I like hand size. He's got the second best hand size. He's 6'2", barely meets my minimum for height. He has a quick release. And I'm not talking like a Dan Marino quick release. I'm talking about the offense was like take 2 steps back, boom, get rid of the ball. A lot of wide receiver screens, dump offs to running backs, a lot of easy, safe throws, but quick throws. And that'll help him in the NFL because there's a lot of quick stuff. He has a record-setting completion percentage, 77.4. Again, that's kind of like skewed by the offense. But you know what? They're not the first team to kind of run this out of an offense. The fact that he still broke the percentage is saying something. Low interceptions and sacks, which is, again, goes back to the offense. I think especially with the sacks, 3 interceptions, 5 sacks. He's throwing the ball quick. He's getting rid of it quick. He's making good decisions. That's pretty good. Great hand size and okay height and size. His negatives, things I didn't like. He left some big plays on the field, constantly leaving, taking the safer route. That could be a coach thing. That could be a him thing. That's kind of hard to tell. Unlike, we've previously talked about with Michael Pence Jr. and over the middle, I think that's a player thing. This, I think, might be a coach thing. Like I said, completion percentage is misleading, and he lacks something special. What I mean by that is he's not a great height. He's a good height, a decent height. He's an okay height. He's not great. He's not super fast. He's athletic, like everybody is, but he's not super fast. He doesn't have a super strong arm. He has a strong arm, but it's not super strong. Nothing special about him. Him and J.J. McCarthy are similar that way. Neither one of them has that special quality. And that's going to take them down. If he doesn't have that special quality, it's easy to fall in love with somebody with something special. It's easy to put them 1, 2, 3. They got this great arm or this great running ability. That's fine. He doesn't have that. It's harder to put them up there. Okay. There are a lot of other people that haven't had great qualities that became great quarterbacks. I'm just saying. Drake Mays, number 4. He slid down a little bit. The more I looked at it, the more I slid down. Plus, I heard a lot of rumors, or not rumors. I heard a lot of commentators saying they didn't like him at all. They thought he was a bust prospect. I do like him. I do think he's very worthy of being very good. First of all, he looks the part. He's 6'4", 223. That's fantastic. Looking the part is a big part of being there. He was great in 2022, dropped off in 2023, but that's the coaching changes, player changes, the left went to the NFL kind of thing. He's really able to throw at all levels. The best thing about him is he has great plays every game. Every game he has a great play, whether it's rolling out or whether it's just hitting the dart over the middle or a long pass. He has really, really good tape. You look at his highlight film and it's outstanding. Things I don't like, only 26 starts, only 2 seasons, not 3 seasons. I like 3 seasons. Didn't get 23 wins, which is a Bill Parcells thing. He only has 17 wins. That could hurt him. He missed easy throws. For every great throw, he would miss a layup. So it kind of balances it out. Hand size is a little bit smaller. I mean, 9 and 1/8, 6'4". That's not that great. I don't like his interception to touchdown ratio. It's 24-9. It's less than 3-1 for his final season. His sacks were kind of high. Granted, it wasn't that team, and I know North Carolina is not all that great, but still, their competition wasn't super great either. So let's remember, this is what he did. I still like him. I really do. But he just fell down to number 4 because of all those negatives. A big one being only 26 starts. J.J. McCarthy, I have at number 5. Again, Bo Nix, there's nothing special, and that kind of hurts him a little bit. But he's a winner. He won the national championship. He was 27-1 as a record. High completion rate, 72.3%. He's unselfish. He has good weight and okay height. Problems is he only has 2 years of experience. He has small hands at 9. That's small. And if so, well, why protect him? That's because Jim Harbaugh said he was the best player, should be number 1 in the draft. Bull. First of all, it's self-serving, but second of all, you didn't act. The actions speak louder than words, and you did not do that to him. Right? He's young. I consider that a slight negative, very slight, but I do consider it a slight negative because you never know. They're still building emotionally, and things can go wrong quick, especially when you put a lot of money in their pocket. And I don't expect that with him. By the way, I've never heard nothing but good stuff about him. I'm just saying it's a little bit of a something to consider. And like I said, there's nothing special about it. Here's the controversial one. Jaden Daniels, I have the whole way down as the sixth best quarterback. Most people have him at like two. Some people have him at one. First of all, physically, he's tall enough. He's skinny though, you know, and he does have the highest potential in his class. He's a genuine dual threat. He won the Heisman Trophy in the 2023. He has a high completion rate, 72.2. Great hand size, or great height, good hand size. 9 5/8 is good hand size. It's good. He has a lot of experience, so I'll give him a lot of pluses. In fact, I'll give him every plus you could possibly give to Jaden Daniels. He not only has the tape, he has the numbers, he has the combine numbers, he has it all. The problem is he has a small frame, he takes way too many hits, he takes way too many sacks, and he scares the hell out of him. Now, a couple of things that for all these people who are going to fight back and say, "Oh, Jaden Daniels is great," two things: people that have a sack rate like him, or PFF, according to PFF, somebody that has a sack rate like he does, doesn't make it in the NFL. The only one that does is Joe Burrow, and he's been injured 2 out of 4 years. So I don't know if he's really made it as far as staying injury free. Um, and second of all, we've never had a dual threat runner win the Super Bowl. We just haven't. I'm sure it's going to happen sometime, but it hasn't happened yet. So don't tell me that Jaden Daniels is all this when none of his type has ever won the Super Bowl. It's going to happen. I know it will. And maybe he's the guy to do it, but it hasn't been done yet. Here's a synopsis. You want to go through it real quick? I got to zip through it because I don't want to run out of time again. Here's my final rankings versus the other guys, the NFL.com and the consensus, just to show how different I am from everybody else. I want to lock this in there. Um, I'm right. They're wrong. I've looked at my previous tapes, with the possible exception of Kenny Pickett, which is still out there. And partly the team's fault, quite frankly. But that's a whole other tape. uh, but I'm right. My history is really, really good. First mini mock draft, two picks, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels. I think that seems kind of locked in. What's unique about the Jaden Daniels one is he reminds me of RG3, and it looks like he's going to go to Washington. And I expect kind of the same issues, injury and out of the league. Now, the Patriots, they want to trade down, and the Vikings want to trade up. So I think that's going to happen. And most people call the Vikings, they say J.J. McCarron. I'm going to go with that. J.J. McCarthy, sorry. I'm going to go with that. I don't think the Cardinals and the Chargers are going to want to trade because they would have to trade out of the top 10, and I don't think they want to go down that far. Uh, and I don't think anybody has the power to go up that far. The Patriots, the Broncos, or the Raiders, I don't think they have enough capital to move up that high. So I expect it to get to the Giants, and I think the Giants are going to take Drake May because Drake May shouldn't be there. He should have been gone. And Giants are going to be happy. Didn't have to lose any draft capital. Still got what they think is the second best quarterback, which kind of fits the New York thing. So I like that. Next, I expect the Falcons might want to trade. They're looking at defense. Nobody else has taken defense before them, and nobody's expected to take defense after them. It's going to be offense, offense, offense. So they trade, and they're going to trade with the Raiders because there's two quarterbacks left. The Patriots and the Broncos are going to scoop them up. So the only way the Raiders get one is if they move ahead of them. So they move up. They take Michael Penix Jr. Then comes Bo Nix. He either goes to the Patriots or the Broncos. Predicting quarterbacks is tough. Knowing things can go wrong. If they go wrong, boom, they're a bust. I expect two of them to be great. I expect two of them to be busts. The two in between are going to tell you how this ranks as far as historically goes. I tried not to put Penix at number 2, but I couldn't stop myself. I could not think of Daniels getting hurt. And I hope my mock is wrong because I want the Steelers to take Michael Penix Jr. That's all I got, and I think I got this in time. Finally. Goodbye.